everybody. I hope your day's going well so far. As you can see, we are, in fact, continuing on with Doki Doki Blue Skies. Just gonna make sure, yep, that is set and ready, and that is good. So, what happened our last stream of playing this game? We went through our poetry recital as part of the festival, and it did not go well. At all. You had teenagers being teenagers, i.e. being rude as all hell. It was uncomfortable to read through. Then the aftermath of it had Natsuki blaming Monica the whole time, like very, very like, it's saying that we didn't want to do this, you forced us to, now we gotta deal with, you know, being a mockery. That kind of thing. Did eventually manage to cool things down, so everyone's at least on speaking terms. But yeah, that festival did not go well, and we're still kind of reeling from it. But on the plus side, during a Saturday where we had a day off of school, apparently, I don't know, something like that, we spent most of the day with Yuri. Just kind of talking, somewhat getting to know her. Went to the park and just kind of sat and stood by a small lake there. Just how it's her place to go if she needs to be alone. Which is nice. And after that scene, we officially got onto Yuri's route. So the mod proper will start now. And if you pay attention, the menu music is different from what it normally is. Yeah, once you get onto a girl's route, the music changes to a variation of the menu theme that's supposed to be tuned to them. So that's nice. So we got two other versions of this music we'll be hearing in the future. So that's always fun. And there's more like woodwinds going through with this one. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to be right back because I need to use the washroom. Apologies. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's get into the mod. The actual full mod. So everything after this, again, is 100% brand new content. So we're totally out of anything retreading whatever happened in the original game. And as you can see, the text box now has a different look to it, depending on which route we're on, which in this case is Yuri. So she's got like a purple cloudy one. And as a reminder of my little chibis on the side, you know, down below me, Yuri's is, her selection one, where she's holding her face and smiling. Because I like a little flair like that. Ugh. It's another Monday. Letting out a loud yawn, I drag myself through my morning routine. Maybe staying up to read wasn't my best idea. Now that I think about it, I actually can't remember the last time I stayed up to read something other than manga. Yuri must be rubbing off on me. Lately, I've been eating breakfast more out of a force of habit than anything. And anyhow, the pantry and fridge are starting to look like Sayori's stomach. Empty. Oh my god. Maybe I can ask Yuri to go shopping with me? That'd be nice. I finish my food quickly and make my way out of the house. After a moment, Sayori walks up to me. Hi, Baron! She's bouncing up and down on the balls of her feet. Hey, Sayori, what's up? I'm just happy to get back into the swing of things. What, is Natsuki bringing in more cupcakes? Okay, dude, come on. She likes her food, yes, but don't treat it like it's the only thing she's about. Oh, I'd like her to. But I'm not sure about that, given everything that happened. I don't know. I'm just glad to get back to a normal routine. Without all the hoppabaloo of the festival, I mean. What's so funny now? Hoppabaloo is such a weird word. Why'd you use it? Whatever, Sayori. You're a weirdo, Sayori. Oh my god. She very much acts like a child, but it's endearing as all hell. Nuh-uh! You're one to talk. And so the pot calls the kettle black. We eventually arrive at school and head off to our respective classes. Sayori sending me off by sticking her tongue out at me. As I approach my classroom, my train of thought takes a sharp turn as Sakurai smiles at me. Looks like he only just arrived himself. Wow, we actually see the teacher again. Oh my god, it's another male voice I can do again. I don't even know what I did for him the first time. He's supposed to be somewhat younger, or at least on the younger side. Like fresh out of college kind of thing. I might just basically be using my normal voice for that. I don't know. See how it goes. Morning, sir. Ah, Baron. How are you doing? Very excited, of course. Learning about my favorite subject with my favorite teacher. What a kiss ass. Like, what a kiss ass. I'm going to tactfully interpret that as non-sarcastic. Okay, that feels like there should be punctuation or another word in there. I laugh and we enter the classroom together. As Sakurai opens his mouth to begin the lesson, some fast footsteps suddenly stop right outside of the room. Oh, I wonder who this is. Are we getting our cameo appearance? By a certain somebody? Yep. Ah, Emmy. How nice of you to join us. Frickin' dokified Emmy is just adorable. Even has her frickin' little cat smile. He raises his eyebrows at her, a mischievous glint in his eyes. Cutting it rather fine, aren't we? I'm beginning to think you'd rather be out in the field than come to one of my fascinating lectures. Damn it, how did I do Emmy's voice? I didn't stop doing her root in Katawa that long ago. Sorry, sir. She starts bowing slightly, her cheeks red. I lost track of time and rushed over here as soon as I realized it. That's probably not her voice anymore. I forget how I did it. Oh well. Nice save. Don't worry. I'd much rather be here. She walks over to her desk quickly as Sakurai begins class. Alright. Oh, that's everything done for the day. As my last class ends, I let my feet steer me toward the club. Walking down the corridor, I absent-mindedly peer into the emptying classrooms passing by. A couple of students chat to the teacher in one classroom, while a ring of friends laugh together in another. Huh, they look fun to be around. Wait, isn't that the green-haired guy from the festival? Yeah, hard pass. It must suck to be someone in that class. Fortunately, all the club members are in different classes. Speaking of which, that's Yuri coming up now. Is that or is it Yuri's? What the hell? Oh, Yuri's coming up. Okay, so her class in general. Okay. I screwed that up. What else new? And... Huh? Yuri's in there. Should I ask her to walk with me to the club? Well, no harm in trying. Hey, Yuri. Still as frightened as ever. Yeah. That's a strange but cute sound she just made. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Baron. Sorry for my outburst. I was just surprised. You're good. What are you still doing in class? Everyone's gone by now, so she's the last one here. About that. She motions toward a stack of textbooks on her desk. I was the last one out of the classroom, and my teacher asked me to deliver these to the student council room. She hefts them up in her arms as she speaks, hugging them to her chest. I suppose I should get on that now. Could you let the others know why I'll be late? Hold on, I can help you with that if you want. No. I can handle it. I can't ask you to take on my responsibilities for me. Yuri, this isn't a super serious request. It's no sweat for me, really. It's really alright. I'd feel bad if I couldn't even do this myself. But they look pretty heavy, you know? They're really not, so you don't have to worry about it. Additionally, the student council room is rather close by, so... I'm guessing that she just doesn't want to bother me over this? After all, those textbooks can't be that light. Should I just take her word for it, or go ahead and help her? Oh, okay. So escape actually lets me get back to that. Cool. 1 second, my pupper wants out of the room. Alright. I mean, she's pretty much saying to let her do it herself. Like, there's, like, not even really any hesitation of, I can do it, it's okay, I don't want to be a bother. She pretty much is just saying, it's okay, I got this. So, I'll let her take care of it. Alright, but feel free to ask for help if you get tired later. Yuri smiles gratefully up at me. That was probably the best choice then. Okay. I definitely appreciate your offers for help, though. But thank you for taking me at my word. This is the type of thing that I'd like to get better at handling myself. Okay, yeah, definitely chose the right freaking option then. As a sort of practice in self-sufficiency, if you will. Guess she was serious when she said she wanted to do it herself. Whew. Good thing I didn't take the books off her hands at all, after all. Maybe I should call you the next time my teacher asks me to deliver stuff to another classroom. I wouldn't go that far. Anyway, I get it. And at any rate, I'm not the type of guy who automatically assumes that a girl needs help carrying stuff. I bet if I clicked the other option, we would have been that guy. I'll have to admit, it does make me feel like a bit of a burden when people assume I need help. Not to say I never need help, but... you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. We set off down the hall, and soon enough, we're just about in front of the student council room. I'll wait for you outside, alright? That's fine with me. It shouldn't take very long anyway. As she turns to enter the room, her ankle happens to twist beneath her. Ooh.
Ah!
That almost sounded like a duck call to me. Almost as if in slow motion, Yuri tumbles to the ground, her stack of textbooks flying across the floor to sprawl around her.
Ah!
A redness blossoms in her cheeks that's only hastened by the giggling and staring of bystanders passing by.
Uh-huh.
She springs to her feet, avoiding my eyes by staring down to straightening her ooh, that's awkward. To straighten her skirt. I'm gonna go with that. Here, let me help you with the books.
Thank you.
We quickly gather up the books in silence. Looks like there wasn't any visible damage dealt to the books. That's a relief.
Fuck the books, buddy! Come on! She probably twisted her damn ankle.
And you're more worried about the books?
Yes.
With the books back in Yuri's arms, we awkwardly stand together without saying anything for a few moments.
I'm gonna deliver the books now.
She quickly shuffles into the room, re-emerging a minute later. Want to get going now? Yuri nods in affirmation, opening her mouth to speak. However, she's interrupted by giggling from a couple of girls standing nearby. Come on, people. Oh, they were there when Yuri tripped. Don't tell me they're laughing at her. Judging by Yuri's expression, it looks like that's the conclusion she's drawn. She buries her face in her hands, and I can only imagine how red her face is.
I can't believe I...
Hey, Yuri. It's okay, really. No one's gonna care or remember what happened in a few minutes. Well, those giggling girls aren't helping my argument, but what else am I supposed to say? Come on, let's just leave them and get over to the club. You can distract yourself with books there. With a sigh, Yuri drops her hands from her face.
I suppose.
Let's go. We don't want to be any more late than we already are. A few moments later, we arrive in front of the club room. Are you alright? How's your ankle? Her eyes flick to catch my gaze for a second before shooting back down, again.
I'm fine. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
She starts to cover her face again. It's fine, Yuri. You did nothing wrong. Well, of course there's nothing wrong with tripping. Dude. Crap. I feel like I'm not helping matters. You really aren't. How about you awkwardly trip and fall and make her feel better? Get a laugh out of her. Maybe that'll work.
I know I just feel badly. Honestly speaking, the embarrassment is worse than any physical pain I might have felt.
She fidgets with her hands for a moment. Man, I should have said something to those girls. Can't believe how rude they were.
No. I was already happy you helped me pick everything up, Baron. Furthermore, it's not as though you're beholden to me or anything. And those girls probably weren't even laughing at me. You were right before. I likely only felt that way because of the spotlight effect.
Well, I guess I'm not very confrontational anyway. As you can see, I'm not the toughest guy around. Yuri covers her mouth, hiding a smile that brings me warmth. You know, Natsuki's probably the toughest person in the club. I mean, she'd probably beat me up without a sweat in a fist fight. And then at the end, she'd say something like,
It's not like I wanted to beat you up or anything. You just asked for it when you said manga isn't literature.
I just did a mocking voice, Jesus Christ. Yuri giggles behind her hand.
That doesn't even make sense. Natsuki only ever protests when she's showing affection, not when she's beating people up.
Certainly a special voice. How you doing, Jen? Guess I should work on my Natsuki impression then. You're good? Good. I'm doing pretty good, too. It's peaceful in the club room. Tranquil. A welcome break after what just transpired. Yeah, we already had our first decision of the entire route, Jen. And that was whether or not to help Yuri carry textbooks. She was more or less in Yuri's own way, saying, I can do it myself, I want to do it myself. So I let her do it herself. I mean, I still walk with her as she dropped them off, but I just didn't carry any of the books. And she seemed to be very appreciative of that. Of us just, you know, letting her do what she wanted to do on her own. That is, until a barrage of chatter descends upon us from a certain coral-haired girl. Ayo, Sayori.
Baron! You wouldn't believe what happened to me!
Always a good thing to let people be independent? Yeah. Even after we said, it's like, alright, yep, that's cool, that's fine. She's like, thanks, I just want to, you know, get kind of like practicing to be more self-sufficient. And we respected that. So far, so good. I mean, unfortunately, when she got to the place where she was going to drop the books off, her ankle kind of twisted and she dropped all the books everywhere, so that was kind of more an embarrassing thing than anything for her. But she says she's alright, physically. She was just kind of thrown off of girls presumably laughing at her for tripping and dropping books.
So, I was minding my own business in the hallway, just walking to one of my classes when...
Sayori suddenly spots Yuri behind me.
Oh, hi Yuri! Did you walk here with Baron? Um, yes, I did.
Oh, what happened there? I happened to tag along with Yuri when she was running some errands, so...
Yes, that's right. Wow, what a coincidence. Hold on, what time is it?
I don't know, why? Do you need to be somewhere?
No, but we don't want to miss any club activities, right?
I mean, it's not like we usually do anything besides share poetry for half an hour. Good job! Yeah, what activities? We sit here and then share poems and then go home. What activities are we gonna miss? Good way to call it out, buddy.
Baron, I won't have you disparaging the club like that.
Oh my god, Natsuki, no.
He's not wrong, you know. Oh my, is Natsuki actually defending Baron? What a surprise!
Natsuki sputters in shock.
What? You... Only teasing. Natsuki, you're way too easy to tease.
Oh my god.
Says the girl with the bottomless stomach. What's that sound you always make? What?
Oh my god, what the fuck is even happening right now?
Hey! Monica, help me! Natsuki's being a meanie. So you can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh? Monica!
What? That's awkwardly phrased. Ugh. Hey, Aura, how's it going? Sayori turns to Yuri, seemingly as a last-ditch effort to gain support.
Yuri, you're on my side, right? You're all rather animated today, aren't you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good as well. We're playing through Doki Doki Blue Skies, a mod to the game, right now. So it's more like an actual visual novel, and doesn't have the, you know, creepiness of the original game. Or actually past the point where everything would go nuts. We actually went through the festival. It still didn't go well, though. Like, it was every high schooler's worst nightmare kind of bad.
Is that a yes, then?
Looks like Yuri's gonna be a neutral party here, Sayori.
No!
I smile to myself. It's good to be back. Okay, we're just doing stuff now. Today, Yuri and I are going out shopping together, and judging by the sunny weather outside, it looks like there's some pathetic fallacy going on. Pathetic fallacy. That's when the weather kind of plays a part in the mood of a story, I believe. Yeah, if anyone is actually 100% on what pathetic fallacy actually is, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the weather helping to set the mood. Or it reflects the mood. I'm trying to think back to grade 10 here. Grade 10 English class. My god, that was like a lifetime ago. That's correct? Yeah! I remembered something. We didn't even read Julius Caesar in grade 10. We read Macbeth. I'm pretty sure. That sounds right. Can't even remember the last time I went food shopping of my own volition.
I'll have to admit, I was surprised when you messaged me about it.
Yeah. It just gets kind of boring for me personally, shopping alone. And I figured that you'd make great company.
Well, I can't say I can relate to feeling bored while shopping alone. I actually rather enjoy spending that time with my thoughts to myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that. Oh? I guess that does make sense.
Not to say I don't want to be here right now. I mean, it's a nice change of pace. Being able to talk to someone and gather their opinions on different products. And I did have to buy more groceries too.
No worries. I get you. You know, you kinda sounded like Natsuki there. Yuri's pretty cute when she gets flustered. I nearly have to bite my tongue to stop myself from teasing her so I can... from teasing her so I can see her get flustered again. Jesus. Careful, Baron. She's not Sayori, and she might not respond as well to teasing. Although she probably wouldn't respond as badly as Natsuki.
And there's the store.
Yuri and I pick up shopping baskets as we enter the store.
By the way, what items are you looking for?
Oh, just some basic stuff like ramen and frozen foods. Pretty much just instant food.
Oh, I see.
I can almost feel the judgment. Note to self. Learn how to cook something that takes more than 2 seconds to make. A guy who can cook is never a bad thing.
Do you happen to have everything else you need then?
What do you mean?
I meant things such as vegetables, spices, and the like.
Yeah, those are hardly ever in my house. Reason number 8 why Yuri is not best girl. She judges us on our food choices. Don't judge the nudes, chickie. I actually don't have that stuff at my home. At home. I usually just make pre-made food. You know, food you just need to heat up or boil for a few minutes.
Do your parents usually cook your meals and buy the fresher ingredients then?
I wish. It'd be great if my mom was home more often to do that. Although I can't be ungrateful. The reason why she's away all the time is because she needs to raise me as a single mother. And that's definitely not an easy task. I actually do most of the cooking, since my mom's usually out for work. Ever since she got this huge promotion, she's had to travel the world on business trips to see clients.
Oh, I see.
She looks away for a moment.
What about your father?
Oh, well, my parents got divorced some time ago.
I'm sorry, Baron. You don't have to talk about it if you prefer not to.
Bet you feel bad now, huh, Yuri? No, no. It's fine. I've come to terms with it already. Everything was all fine and happy when I was a kid, but my parents gradually started arguing more and more as I grew up. Now that I look back, I think it's because my dad took my mom for granted. Like, even though they both worked, my mom also cooked and cleaned and did all the usual homemaker stuff. They started getting more and more stressed out because of everything until they finally split. I ended up with my mom, and my dad just left. I think he has a new girlfriend, but I haven't seen them a lot. I don't know. I just feel kind of weird whenever I think about my dad having a new partner. Yuri gazes at me with a gentle look on her face. Surprisingly, her eyes hold a gentle understanding in them, rather than pity. Sorry. I didn't mean to go on and on about it. Yeah. Yep. Usually bottle this stuff up, so I guess it just kind of just flooded out.
That's all right, Baron. There's no need to apologize. I can't say I have much experience with dealing with divorced parents, but if you ever need to vent about it, I'll be there. After all, it's only fair if I reciprocate.
Thanks. And yeah, just having someone to listen helps. Yeah, that's just a true fact. Just someone willing to listen can help a lot. They don't have to say anything or really give any... They don't have to give advice or anything. They could just sit there and listen to you. It'll help a hell of a lot. And I mean a lot. We move through the aisles in a companionable silence for a while. The light from the fluorescent strips overhead shine brightly off the jars and packages we pass by. There's a small clinking sound as Yuri softly drags her fingertips across a row of jars containing kimchi. So, Yuri, do your parents do most of the cooking?
I typically prepare the meals.
Oh, what do you normally cook? She takes a moment, looking at some of the food in front of us.
Some of my favorite foods are fish-based. There's nothing as delectable as a teriyaki salmon, in my opinion.
She stands up straighter as she says this, a smile growing on her face.
I really do enjoy home cooking. Most people look forward to eating out at restaurants, but I've always preferred eating comfort foods at home. Sometimes, a simple rice dish is all it takes to warm you up inside.
There we go. We got more. Yuri has a bit of a character. She likes to cook homemade meals. She's anxious as hell, but hey, we got something.
You should actually try making one sometime. They're very convenient and extremely quick recipes.
Oh? Can you give me some recipes then?
They hardly need recipes. One I usually reserve for breakfast is egg rice. I assume you have a rice cooker at home, yes?
Who doesn't have one?
Well, that simplifies things a lot. All you need to do is make a bowl of nice, fluffy white rice and dig a small dip in the middle of the rice. After that, you crack a raw egg in the middle, season with soy sauce and rice seasoning. Mix it together with your chopsticks, and you're done.
Okay. There you go. You got something. Everyone try that. See how it turns out. I don't know if I would actually try it. Mostly because, I don't know, I don't know where the rice is. Huh. That does sound really simple. Although I think I ran out of rice seasoning a long time ago.
Well, you can pick some up now. It really is a delicious dish, despite, or perhaps because of, its simplicity. The frothy lightness of the egg, paired with the subtle sweetness of rice and rich savoriness of the seasonings. I actually like to sprinkle on some chopped green onions at the end too, for that extra bit of crisp freshness.
Clearly, she likes cooking. Man, my mouth is watering at this point.
That's what comfort food does to you. One of my guilty pleasures is even simpler, though. Sometimes, when I don't have the time or energy to cook, I take cold leftover rice and pour some hot tea over it.
Wow, you're more a tea lover than I thought.
It may sound strange, but it's a delight when I pair it with slices of pickled daikon.
No, I get you, though. When I was a kid, my mom used to give me leftover rice drizzled with soy sauce if I begged for a snack, whenever she was too busy to cook me something substantial. Now that I think about it, it probably tastes similar to egg rice.
Most likely, yes. I do enjoy making more complicated side dishes to accompany rice, though. Vegetable stir-fries are dishes I return to quite often. I do enjoy the combination of sweetness and umami.
The hell's umami? How uncultured am I right now? Oh. Okay. umami or savoriness is one of the 5 basic tastes. Okay, okay. So you like the combination of sweet and savory. Okie doke.
The way an onion's sharp, sweet taste pairs with other vegetables, such as mushrooms and bell peppers, really satisfies my appetite.
Wow, you're quite a chef, eh? She starts blushing and puts her hands together.
I mean, I just know some family recipes is all. Once you understand the basics of cooking, it's quite easy to make something appetizing.
If your cooking is anything like your poetry, I'd love to learn from you. I'm not aiming to be a master chef, but if I could learn even just a bit from Yuri, I could probably mix up my dinner some. Yes, you're not always having ramen noodles. I mean, as good as they are, you really shouldn't have them for every meal. As we pass through the freezer aisle, I fill up a good portion of my basket with bags of frozen dumplings.
So do you really like dumplings then?
Well, while I do like dumplings, this brand of gyoza is a bit special. Yuri stares at the freezer for a moment.
How so?
Well, I guess they hold some nice memories. Even though my mom did make homemade dumplings sometimes, my dad and I always liked this brand of frozen dumplings the most. I guess it kind of became one of our favorite meals, despite being, well, a frozen food. That always drove my mom crazy. My parents have always been busy with work, but we tried to have at least one meal together as a family every day. Then after a while, we went from having them every day to every other day. And for a lot of those meals, my mom ended up making the gyoza because my dad and I wanted them.
Why didn't you try making them yourself?
Well, we tried, but my dad and I always burned them. We tried boiling them too, but I preferred them fried. So, yeah, I guess I'm kind of conditioned to associate these dumplings with good times spent with my family.
Oh, I see.
For a moment, Yuri's lost in thought.
So, do you still burn them then, or...?
Hey, what kind of an opinion do you have about my cooking? I never burn them anymore. Well, I rarely burn them. Yuri giggles at my admission.
I suppose you've made quite a lot of them then.
Sure have. I miraculously haven't gotten tired of them either. Actually, there's a funny story attached to one of the first times I tried making them myself.
Oh? What happened?
Do you remember when I talked about how Sayori almost burned down her house after she tried cooking?
Yes, I believe I do.
Well, that was the time we tried making these dumplings ourselves. I left Sayori in charge when I went to the bathroom. Then I started smelling smoke, accompanied by her yelling from downstairs. Apparently, she tried to pick up the pan the dumplings were frying on and somehow burnt herself and flipped the pan in the process. All the dumplings were scattered on the stove. Those poor, poor dumplings. She started panicking, and before she knew it, dumplings were on fire. I'm just glad her parents kept a fire extinguisher underneath the sink.
It sounds like you had quite the time.
Yeah. And luckily, Sayori wasn't burned much by the pan. All's well that ends well, I guess.
It seems like these dumplings are to you as oolong tea is to me.
Can we stop talking about food? You're making me hungry. Oh my god. How so?
Well,
She picks up a package of oolong tea.
when I was younger, my mother always made fresh tea when I arrived home. Occasionally, it was another kind of tea, but we usually had oolong. At first, I was indifferent to the tea, but over time I developed a taste for it. Now, whenever I drink it, it reminds me of her.
That's really nice, Yuri. I guess we're more similar than I imagined. You know what? I have an idea. How about we cook something together at my house this weekend?
Are you certain? I mean, I'm not exactly an expert in preparing food now.
Well, good thing I'm no expert either. That way we can learn together.
I see your point there.
Would Sunday morning work?
I apologize. I have some obligations I must attend to on Sunday.
She looks up and away after a moment, waving her hands.
Not that I don't want to spend time with you. This Sunday's usually a day I spend.
She turns away again. I'm guessing she's lost in thought. Either that, or she really likes whole wheat bread. How about Saturday night?
Yes, that would work.
She lets out a sigh of relief and continues walking with me to the checkout. With everything paid for, we start to walk home. As I turn to speak to Yuri, though, I spot a small flash of pink. Hey, look, it's Natsuki. Yuri starts speeding up a little. Do you want to go say hi to her?
I don't know. She seems like she might be busy. Besides, don't you need to get your dumplings in the freezer?
I mean, I guess, but... Yeah, I'll say hi anyway. Fuck it. Dumplings can wait. They're garbage anyway, probably. Plus, it's not gonna be we're gonna stand there for an hour and talk. They'll be fine. It's just dumplings. Well, worst case scenario, we can just say hi and keep walking, right? If you want to be better friends with her, you'll need to talk to her sometime. You even started writing poetry using rhyming schemes and things like that so you could relate to her more, right? Problems won't go away just by you hoping they will. After years of playing games to try to fill the void of loneliness, one thing's for sure. Problems like loneliness don't always simply disappear. Truth. If Sayori didn't come along, I might really have become a NEET. Oh, boy.
Well, I just don't know.
Look at it this way. You remember how you talked about the people in books being kind of like friends?
Yes, I recall that.
If all those characters never went after what they wanted, would they be any better off? Even if we mess up some, at least we tried. She stands there, contemplating everything I said.
I do understand that you have a point. But it's difficult for me to do. It may come naturally to you, starting conversations with acquaintances and strangers. But it's just hard for me to do.
She looks away, playing with her hair. Well, you at least started a conversation with me when I first joined the club, right?
That was because I had to, though.
What about the book you gifted me? You initiated that yourself, right?
It was my duty as a club member to make you feel more welcomed. But that doesn't mean I didn't rehearse the conversation over and over in my mind before I spoke to you. And admittedly, I did want someone to share my books with.
So if you talk to Natsuki more, won't you be able to share your interests with her too? You might even be able to get her into your literature more, and who knows? She might have some manga in a genre more suited to your tastes. Yuri visibly inhales and breathes a deep sigh out.
If I don't do anything, then the current situation won't improve.
She's shaking slightly. How about I stick with you while you talk to her? That way, even if things don't go well, we can still walk away and you won't have to be alone. She takes another deep breath. I can visibly see her trying to compose herself.
That would be nice. Can you give me a moment first, though? I need to gather up my courage.
Of course.
Thank you.
She turns to face me and gives a slight bow.
You've been a great help these past few days.
Now it's my turn to be embarrassed. It's alright. Besides, that's what friends are for.
Friends.
Her eyes both sparkle and dim when I say that.
All right.
After a brief pause, Yuri nods to me. Her face looks a bit gray with nerves, but her resolve seems solid at least. We make our way toward Natsuki, who fortunately hasn't gone far yet.
Hello, Natsuki.
The greeting comes out a little loud, making Yuri grimace a bit. I try to shoot her a comforting smile, although I'm not sure if she actually saw it.
Oh, hey, Yuri. And Baron. Didn't expect to see you here. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, I guess.
She glances over at my shopping bags I'm carrying. Or at the shopping bags. Ugh, screw that up.
You went shopping together? Yes, we happen to need to go to the store at the same time. Oh, you just happen to, huh?
I roll my eyes, causing Natsuki to smirk.
That's right?
Maybe it's actually Natsuki's teasing and sense of humor, paired with Yuri's inability to deal with teasing that makes them incompatible. All of a sudden, a gurgling fills the air. Judging by the way Natsuki stiffens up, it must have been her stomach. Yuri fidgets for a moment as Natsuki looks away from us. Seems like Yuri's really struggling to get her words out. An idea suddenly pops into my head, and I can't help but lean in to whisper to Yuri about it. Why don't you invite Natsuki over to your place for dinner? Yeah, that'll work. Yuri's face blanches slightly. Is she really that nervous about it? Must have underestimated her social anxiety.
Hey, care to share with the rest of the class?
At this point, Natsuki's beet red.
Natsuki, would you like to eat out with me tonight?
Yuri's voice sounds a little strangled as she speaks. It's a bit strange that she wants to eat out tonight, though, considering how much she likes home cooking.
Eh? Are you sure? Well, if you'd like, I haven't eaten out in a while, so... I do have to put my groceries away first, though, but we can go after that?
Natsuki's expression softens more than I expected.
I don't know. I don't want to impose. I should probably be getting home soon anyway. Are you sure? It's really not a bother. If it doesn't take too long, then I guess I could. We might have to get takeout, though.
Hey, I'm gonna head back home and put my stuff away. I'll see you all in the club. Before Yuri turns to go, I give her a thumbs up and a smile that she returns with a blush. Exchanging goodbyes, we head our separate ways. Nice. Gee, I wonder why you're happy that it's Saturday. It's Saturday! Tonight, Yuri's coming over to cook with me, so I better make sure that everything's ready for it. She'll definitely have higher expectations than me, that's for sure. Soy sauce, sesame oil, green onions, garlic. Seems like I have everything we'd need. The kitchen itself, on the other hand, well, it's unkempt to say the least. When was the last time I used some of this stuff? I involuntarily grimace as I swipe a finger across the dusty surface of a pan. Jesus! Definitely not a setting that Yuri would be used to cooking in. Few minutes of blood, sweat, and tears later, everything's clean. Check something quickly. Good, good, good. Or, at the very least, passable. We probably won't use most of this, but with my luck, we'll need the one thing I didn't wash. Right on cue, there's a knock at the door. It's either a very polite robber or Yuri. Yes, hello, I'm coming here to rob your house. Please, I apologize for the intrusion. Please point me in the direction of your TV and other valuables. It's totally the robber. After quickly drying off the last dish, I answer it.
Hi, Baron.
She's carrying a few bags that I assume contain groceries. Hey, Yuri. Great to see you. Come on in. Hopefully, binge-watching various cooking shows featuring an angry chef yelling at other cooks was enough preparation for this. Gee, I wonder what show he was watching. At least it had prepared me for being yelled at for my inevitable mistakes. Yuri yelling at me. After setting the groceries down on the counter, I grab a clean pan.
Alright, so what shall we make first?
Good question. As long as it doesn't end up with a call to the fire department, I'm fine with whatever. She giggles slightly.
Well, I believe we'll be fine.
We'll be good regardless. So come on, Chuckleberry Finn. Was that just a terrible pun? Did he just make a pun?
Wasn't even a good one.
Chuckleberry Finn. Oh my god. She stares at me for a solid few seconds.
What? Oh! My apologies. I didn't realize.
It's alright. To be honest, it was a pretty bad joke anyway. Trying to ignore my burning face, I move the conversation along. So, what do you feel like having?
Would you be open to making the teriyaki salmon?
Sounds good to me. We gather the ingredients and equipment together on the kitchen table. Yuri takes a deep breath and concentrates on the food in front of her. You alright, Yuri?
Yeah, it's just I haven't done this in a while. That is, cooking with someone.
I can relate to that. But if you made it as many times as it sounds like you have, this should be a cinch for you.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
She places a scrap of paper with handwritten recipes onto the counter. The handwriting looks to be Yuri's, but something's different about it.
I suppose we should begin by making the sauce. Baron, could you pass me the soy sauce and sesame oil?
Sure, just tell me what I have to do.
Okay. Could you peel and mince 2 cloves of garlic in the meantime?
That's one of the few things I can actually do competently in the kitchen, so you chose a fitting job for me. Mom loves using garlic, so I've seen it cooked often enough to know what I'm doing. After peeling it, I place the garlic under the knife and crush it. Yuri's focus on her cooking is intense, to say the least. It's like how she is when she talks about literature. One thing that amazes me is how fast and efficient her movements are. The longer we cook, the more confident she becomes. It's It's rather difficult to keep up with how fast she moves at times. Before I know it, the salmon's marinated in the sauce and ready to be baked. Wow.
Hmm?
You talked about how you weren't an expert. You're incredible.
It's not. I mean, with enough practice.
I broke Yuri. Yuri, it's all right. It's not often that I see you have so much passion for something other than literature.
Yeah, I am a bit of a fan of cooking. My family had teriyaki salmon dishes every Saturday evening when I was younger, and I ended up learning from my mother how to cook it. Eventually, I practiced enough for the whole process to become a bit of a blur.
Honestly, I wish I'd done the same thing and learned how to make family recipes as well.
But it's not too late for you to learn, right?
That's true. Speaking of family, are you bringing some of the food back home for them as well?
Eh? Oh. The salmon wouldn't be any good by then, by the time I returned home. So, you can have the leftovers.
Fine by me.
Anyway, could you start cooking the rice while I put the salmon in the oven?
Alright. Wouldn't be much of a dinner if it were just salmon. The whole kitchen smells of salmon with a subtle sweet undertone to it. Or subtly sweet. Man, I wouldn't mind if my kitchen smelled like this 24/7.
Maybe now that you've learned this recipe from me, you could cook it for yourself.
I think I want to practice a few more times under your guidance before I do it myself. Anyway, let's eat.
Let's. It does smell rather appetizing.
The salmon is tender and flaky when I bite into it. It comes apart with no trouble at all. Each and every chew releases a burst of umami, with the teriyaki flavor perfectly complementing the fish. My mouth is watering. Stop making me want food. Yuri, this is amazing!
It's nothing, really.
Despite her protests, a smile spreads across her face. A few minutes later, we've had our fill. I had a hard time holding myself back from eating more, but it'd be bad manners to devour everything in front of Yuri. This is really nice. Having dinner with someone over and having something made fresh as well. Is there a line I missed there? I felt like it skipped too far. Nope, okay.
It's quite dark outside.
Wow, it's already 9? Time flies, eh?
I should be going now.
It isn't super late, but I think she mentioned before that she wakes up early regardless of the day. Do you want me to walk you home? She shakes her head.
I'll be fine, although I do appreciate the offer. I really enjoyed our time today, Baron.
It's been a lot of fun for me, too. You're more than welcome to come over anytime you want.
That's much appreciated.
Before I know it, she's already at the door.
Oh! Could you wait a moment? I believe I forgot something important.
Huh? What is it?
It's the paper with the recipe on it.
No problem. Let me grab it for you. After a moment of searching, I spot it next to the stove. Whew, at least it's safe. As I hand it to her, I take a closer look at the recipe. Huh, your handwriting seems a little different on this note.
Oh, that's because it's my mother's handwriting.
Ah, that makes sense. Well, it's just as pretty as your handwriting.
I suppose so. I always did admire her penmanship.
She smiles to herself, a faraway look in her eyes. Well, see you Monday. My words seem to pull her out of her thoughts. She pauses for a moment, but then smiles at me.
See you then.
Cool. He sorta knows how to make teriyaki salmon. It's only been about a week or so, but I've been craving Yuri's teriyaki salmon a lot lately. So much so that I'm apparently just staring into space thinking about it. Wonderful use of club time, Baron.
Hi, Baron!
Ah! Sayori suddenly pops up in front of me without warning. Sayori, don't do that!
Do what? Say hi?
Don't startle me like that.
You mean, don't wake you up like that?
Hey, I wasn't even sleeping.
But you were daydreaming! That's close enough.
For you, maybe.
Meanie.
Anyway, did you need something?
So I can't just say hi now?
No, you can't. I'll have you arrested if you try it from now on.
You're so silly.
Yeah. So what's up?
Actually, I did want to ask you something. Do you want to go out with me and Natsuki after the club's over?
What are you guys planning to do?
I don't know. We're gonna wing it.
I guess Sayori never really was a planner. Are you sure I wouldn't be butting into whatever Natsuki wants to do with you?
Come on, Baron. We haven't played together in so long. I'm sure she won't mind.
Jeez, alright. I'm in. But you have to be the one to tell Natsuki that I'm coming along too.
Okay, it's a deal. Okay, everyone. I think that's it for today. Good work, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Sayori sidles up to me as I wave goodbye to Yuri. Not gonna lie, I kinda wanted to hang out with Yuri instead. Guess I've been doing that a lot lately, and Sayori is right. It has been a while since I've hung out with her. Still.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, guess so. Did you tell Natsuki yet?
About that.
Sayori.
I'll do it now.
Oh, god damn it, you're so precious. You are precious.
Hi, Natsuki. Hey, let me just make sure my manga's put away properly before we get going. By the way, Can we invite Baron too? Eh? Why?
I shrug and smile when Natsuki narrows her eyes at me. Hey, Mass.
It'll be fun! Please? Fine. But only because it's you asking.
Tired? That's okay. I'm actually still a little tired myself. Dang it, now you mentioned you're tired. You made me yawn.
Yay! Let's go! Wait, I still need to check out my manga!
10 minutes of Natsuki's fussing and half an hour of walking later, we're strolling through the downtown area. So, what do you guys want to do?
I think Natsuki wants to buy more manga. Hey! Well, a new chapter of this manga I'm reading came out, so...
To the bookstore it is then. Huh. So you come here to buy your manga.
Got a problem with that?
No, it's just I usually go to A-Books for mine.
Oh, I go there sometimes too, but the magazine I want to pick up today is cheaper here. Which magazine is it?
Natsuki makes a beeline to a table stacked with manga and holds up a colorfully illustrated manga magazine. The character that's drawn on the cover has exceedingly huge eyes. This looks like the type of thing that Parfait Girls would have been published in.
This is probably one of the best shoujo manga magazines in circulation right now. I mean, Parfait Girls was first published in this.
Yep, called it.
Look, it even comes with a little free gift.
She points out a small packet attached to the back.
Looks like this month's issue comes with a pack of gel pens. Nice.
I mean, everyone's got their biases.
Try to tell me that your manga can beat that.
I mean, mine certainly don't come with gel pens.
Exactly.
I turn to Sayori as Natsuki starts flipping through her magazine. Do you have anything you need to look for?
I don't think so. Oh, wait! I actually need to buy a new copy of the English workbook.
Huh? Why? Don't tell me you...
I lost it.
Jeez, we better go look for it then. Hey, Natsuki, Sarah and I are gonna go find a workbook.
Have fun with that. I'm gonna be here for a while.
We begin walking through the aisles, scanning the titles of the books. Manga, light novels, children's fiction, adult fiction. There we go. Education. I wonder, should I get something for Yuri? Yeah, it's 420 today. It would definitely be nice to be able to repay her for the copy of Portrait of Markov. What book could I get her that she hasn't read yet, though? Hey, Sayori. She looks up from perusing a table of workbooks. Has Yuri ever mentioned any books that she wants? Like, ones that she hasn't bought yet?
No, or at least I don't remember it. She'd probably just buy it herself if there was a book she was interested in. Did you want to get something for her?
Yeah, I just thought I'd thank her for giving me Portrait of Markov.
That's sweet of you, Baron. Oh, there it is!
Sayori triumphantly picks up the book she was looking for.
Anyway, if you don't know what book to get for her, how about buying something else?
Huh? Like what?
I don't know. The bookstore sells stuff like stationery too, right?
That's actually a really good idea.
You should listen to me more often.
I would if you always had good ideas.
What? Are you saying that I don't?
Hey, you're the one who said it, not me. She sticks her tongue out at me. Now, how about helping me find the stationery section? Sometime later, we find ourselves back at the front of the store with Natsuki.
Oh, there you guys are. What took you so long?
Sorry. I was looking for something to get Yuri. I hold up a slim package wrapped in cellophane. We found some really nice heavy-duty parchment paper. It actually feels pretty satisfying to write on. I'd use it myself if it weren't so expensive.
Did you guys pay for everything then? Yep, we're all good.
So, where are we headed next?
If you guys are hungry, I know a pretty good place to get some food. Ooh, what kind of food? It's...
Natsuki shoots me the briefest of glances.
Well, it's this little tea and crepes place I discovered a while back. But I wouldn't expect a boy to be able to appreciate sweets.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Food-flavored food. What do you want to eat? Food. What kind of food? The tasty kind. Tea isn't even sweet. It's basically just bitter leaf juice. Game Baron, you can fuck right off.
Ugh, not that kind of tea. It's the sweet kind of tea, like milk tea. You know, the type you put tapioca pearls in to make boba?
Boba? Oh, you mean bubble tea?
Yep. But I like calling it boba, because that's what it's called where it came from, Taiwan.
You're totally the type to watch something with subtitles because it sounds more authentic in the original language, huh?
It is more authentic when it's not dubbed.
Okay, so Natsuki is subs over dubs. Whatever. Hey, Karn. Welcome back in. Nat wasn't talking about green tea, was she? No.
Calling it boba is more Natsuki-ish anyway, because it sounds so cute when she says it. What? I am not cute!
You know, it's supposed to be a compliment when someone calls you cute.
Not the way you guys say it.
How else does she want us to say it? Anyway, what do you mean I wouldn't be able to appreciate it? Just because I'm a guy, it doesn't mean I don't like sweets. After all, I grew up with Sayori, and you know how she is with them.
So it's only because of me that you can appreciate them. That's not what I meant. What Sayori said does make sense. Of course, you'll never reach our caliber when it comes to that stuff. But if you're already used to it because of Sayori, we might as well go.
Oh my god. And with that, Natsuki drags us along with her. I'm not sure what kind of logic she uses, but if it works... She's probably just embarrassed about showing me her interests. Maybe she doesn't hang out with many guys? What the hell does hatoful even mean? No, I don't want hatoful boyfriend. Just give me the word. Okay. The only hatoful I know of is hatoful boyfriend. You know, the pigeon dating sim. So this might be a reference just to that in the first part of the name alone, because hatoful is not a Japanese word. It's a combination of hato, which means pigeon, and heartful. So yeah, this is literally, I'm pretty sure this is just a reference to, you know, pigeon dating sim.
Here it is. Hatoful tea.
Looks like a fairly generic modern cafe. It's pretty empty right now, but I guess this time of day isn't peak rush hour for any cafe. I mean, if you go to our DDLC mods, I'm sure Sir Swampert will be lurking if you ask a question directly about Blue Skies. Because they usually pop up when people give their, what's it called? Just kind of like their own, like, mini review and thoughts after playing it. They usually pop up, mostly just say, thanks for playing it, I'm glad you enjoyed it, kind of thing.
I haven't been here in too long. Hurry up and order, guys.
Hold on, we don't even know what's on the menu.
If you take too long, I'm gonna order for you.
Natsuki readily rattles off an order to the cashier. It's clear that she's been here more than a few times before. What do you think you're getting, Sayori?
I don't know. What about you?
I don't know either.
Jeez, don't you dare do that thing where you stand there indecisively for like half an hour.
Tone of her voice is as bossy as ever, but there's a surprisingly big smile on her face. Even Natsuki can't keep up the act forever, huh? Alright. I'm just gonna go with... Before we know it, we're all seated around a table with our drinks in hand. Natsuki got some kind of rose milk tea with heart-shaped strawberry jelly. That drink was definitely made for her. Meanwhile, Sayori and I ordered a passion fruit slush and a green tea mango drink respectively.
Whoa, this is so good! No wonder you like this place so much.
Yeah, I think I'll have to come back here on my own time.
That's why you should trust in my taste.
She thumbs through her manga as she takes a sip from her drink. That reminds me, what manga are you catching up on?
Oh, whoops. Whenever I come here, I usually have a new manga with me, so I got into the habit of reading while I'm drinking.
It's fine. I can understand how eager you must be to start the chapter.
Yeah, it's so frustrating to have to wait a month for the next one. And don't get me started on hiatuses.
Hey, manga artists are humans who need breaks too, you know.
I know, but I wish I could just buy the manga all at once. Anyway, this one's about a girl who discovers these guardian characters that can unlock people's true potentials. Her character design is really nice too.
She holds up her manga and points at one of the characters. It's a girl with shoulder-length layered hair clad in a school uniform that's fashioned in a tomboyish manner, complete with a tie and a random belt.
I've always liked these kinds of visual keish designs. Like, they're kind of glamorous and androgynous, but super cool. Really? I always thought you liked manga with cuter looking characters. Well, I mean, I do like cute characters, but I also like cool ones.
If you like that kind of fashion, why don't you try just dressing up that way?
Do you know how hard it is to change your style? To be honest, I kind of do want to try it out at least once. It feels so weird to dress differently. It's like I'm already too comfortable with my current clothes to change. Plus, I feel like it's so out of character for me at this point.
What do you mean?
Okay, have you ever watched the anime Rose Revolution?
No, can't say I have.
Me neither. Well, it's pretty old, so that's to be expected.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so Utena, okay.
But for now, all you need to know is the main character is a girl named Utena, and her best friend is a girl named Wakaba. So, Utena's the coolest of the cool. She's a girl, but she wears a boy's uniform. Needs to have a fan club of girls at school. Meanwhile, her best friend is super cutesy and girly and really depends on Utena for things. You can probably guess she wears a girl's uniform. It'd be really weird for Utena and Wakaba to swap uniforms, right?
Well, I haven't watched the anime, so I don't know how they really look, but I think I get what you mean. If you're like fucked up dark magical girl anime, it's the OG. Yeah, I got a lot of things I need to try and watch. As Jen can attest to, I am uncultured.
But you're not a character in an anime, Natsuki. Can't you change if you want to? Not like immediately, though. Plus, you know, there's gonna be a bunch of people judging you for it.
Sometimes facing judgment for the sake of change is worth it, though.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not like I dislike cute clothes. I'm not dumb, you know. I picked up my clothes because I thought they looked cute, and I like cute things. But I don't want to be a Wakaba. I just wish I could be as cool as Utena. She's so independent and strong. I feel like I understand how you feel. Wanting to be depended on rather than depending on others?
Man, when did this conversation get so serious?
Natsuki, if you want, we can go clothes shopping sometime. Then you can try out different styles and see if there's anything you like. Maybe.
There's an uncertain tone in her voice, but Natsuki's smile is genuine. If you go clothes shopping with Sayori, she's just gonna say you look good in everything.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little positivity. That's something you gotta learn, Baron.
What about Natsuki, huh?
I'm positive that I'm more positive than you, Baron.
I roll my eyes at that.
This has been so fun, guys. We should do this more often.
The correct answer in that situation is no, I'm not okay. What the hell's going on in my chat right now? Kind of only tuned out part of it. Back screens on Reddit, nothing to go still. Our creepy gangs, I found a DDLC in Katawa and gone from there. Play this game. Oh, that's what's going on. Huh. Neat. Well, at least you're all having fun.
Yeah. I think I have to go now, though. Can't be late for dinner.
Guess we should go too, then. Are you going out to eat?
Nah, I just don't want to miss my dad's cooking. Okay, then. Do you want us to walk you back? I'm good. See you at school.
Exchanging goodbyes, Sayori and I begin walking back. Honestly, this was more fun than I expected. Although it was really just Natsuki leading us around on our personal routine, we had nice conversations together. Plus, I got to buy something for Yuri. Hope she appreciates the stationery. It really took a huge chunk out of my pocket money. Ah. Alright, I'm just gonna call it there for today. That's just a perfect place to end that off. Oh my god. So yeah, that's just a good place to end off Blue Skies for today. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we'll be getting back into SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays. When we left off with that game, we finished off Double O's movie storyline, so we'll be moving out of the Anno Domini universe and going into the post-disaster universe of Iron-Blooded Orphans. So things are going to be different. We got whole new mobile suits and Gundams for the A-Team and B-Team to start using. It's going to be a bit of a ride. So, I appreciate everybody for showing up, watching, commenting, lurking, all of that great stuff. I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of the day. And keep up this energy with you got going on in the chat with whatever you want to do for today. I'll see y'all next time.